West Austin is one of my favorite parts of the city, and here's why. Rolling terrain, beautiful panoramic views, lots of golf courses, hiking trails, and hey, they even have good schools. So we're gonna talk about all things West Austin today, and I'm gonna show you around by way of Google Maps so you can get an idea of what it's like to live there and see if it's a right fit for you. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper. My team and I get calls and emails from people just like you needing help moving in and around Austin, Texas, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move today, tomorrow, or somewhere in between, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email because we're always available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Now, West Austin, some of the neighborhoods include Northwest Hills, Rob Roy, Barton Creek, West Lake Hills, Steiner Ranch, River Place, and more. I'm going to give you the breakdown of each one of them today and kind of what schools they feed into, what the trails look like, which golf courses are closest by, and just what the general lifestyle is like to live in West Austin. Let's get started diving into the map. So this is a zoom in on what it's like to live in West Austin, or what it looks like in the west, on the west side. We have the Colorado River here cutting right through the middle of it. There's downtown Austin in the back view there. You can see how on one side it has that drop down to the water and the other side is flat. So a lot of times over here, like you can see here, they'll have those drop off on down to the water, down to your boat. You have the cable cars that'll take you up and down, and that's really the only way you can get down to the water from the very treacherous high sides of the lake. You can see these trails over here, same thing there. They have the cable cars that'll take them down, a little elevator, if you will, down to the lake. But out in the distance, you can see all this rolling hills, rolling terrain. That's Lake Travis back there in the distance. And that is kind of how West Austin rolls out. Look at all the little rolling hill country, lots of green space, lots of hiking trails out there. So that's just your overview of what the west side looks like. So West Austin, think beautiful rolling terrain, hill country views, the panoramic vistas out there, luxury real estate. We have lots of outdoor activities, hiking trails, swimming holes, lots of golf, and good schools. So let's start diving in. I'm going to show you on the map kind of where the points of interest are from park to park, golf community to golf community, school to school. So you can kind of figure out, is this the right part of town for me? West Austin is cool. It's expensive, but it's really pretty and a really desirable place to be. Check it out in the map. We are going to take this area on West Austin, and for the sake of the video today, we are going to start at Loop 1 or Mopac and come down to about Oak Hill. We're going to head out Bee Caves towards Lakeway and stop at the lake, and then come back in over kind of 22 area. So that's going to be the area of town we're going to classify as West Austin today. And these numbers, like average sale prices in schools and things, that's where the part of town that it all feeds into right here. So on average in this part of town, the closed price is $1,500,000. Homes are about 3,500 square feet on average, and you're going to look a little bit oversized lots than you would find in, say, more urban living. They're going to be more towards, quarter of an acre, half an acre, and you're even going to find some acre lots out in the West Austin area. So depending where you are, the further kind of tucked back in a neighborhood you go, you might find some of those acre or even 2 and 3 acre lots. Not too many 2 and 3 acre lots are left, but this would be the part of town you'd find it if there are any. So right here on the map, the best thing, one of my favorite things about being in West Austin is the outdoor activities. We're going to start with the parks, and then we're going to head over to the golf communities. So Sculpture Falls is in the heart of the Greenbelt. And the Greenbelt, as you can see here, these big limestone creeks. In the summer, you can hike down these creeks. They're actually dry. In the fall and spring, you can actually go swimming because we have more rain at that time of year. These creeks and water holes are just totally dependent upon how much rain we've had, but you can hike 24/7, 365. They're always available. There's no gates to get in or out. So, I mean, there are park rules, of course, but you can go hiking at any time of day. And it's always a good bit of exercise because there's so many hills in there. So we were here at Sculpture Falls. Now we're going to go a little bit further north up here into the Lake Hills community. This is down Cuernavaca Road and kind of, well, it is not kind of, it is on the southern side of the Colorado River or the lake. Now, remember, let me show you back here before we stay in here. So the Colorado River goes all the way through town. It goes from Lake Travis up here. It starts at Lake Travis, goes through this dam, then it turns into Lake Austin. So for this portion right here, we call it Lake Austin, all the way until it gets to the next dam, and the next dam is at Redbud Isle, and then below that dam we call it Town Lake or Ladybird Lake. But the whole while it is the Colorado River. So yes, we have more than one name for the same thing, but that's how that works. So again, we're hopping over here to the Lake Hills community, and that's on the south side of the Colorado River. It's on the flatter side, so you can see across the lake, the houses are up on that bluff, and you have to have those cable cars, little elevators to get down to the water. So this is a nice lake park in that it's flat enough to have volleyball courts and picnic, has a swimming pool, and it has basketball courts. So it's got, it's big enough to have, sports on the land, and then you can rent kayaks and canoes and things. And don't forget, you can also pitch horseshoes out there. So we're coming from here on the south side of the lake. Then we're going to jump over the lake. Now, granted, if we were in a car, this would take us a long time to get there because you can't, there's no bridge over the Colorado River in this section of town. So you have to go around the lake through town and come back over here to Emma Long Park. Big, beautiful park, flat area as well. And it has a portion cordoned off to go swimming. So you can see here they keep the boats out of there so you can have a safe area to swim in. Lots and lots of space for picnics and just hanging out all day. And you can dock your boat there just temporarily. There are no permanent boat docks there, but there's just another angle you can see. And across the lake, multi-million-dollar homes. All the properties on the water in Austin, anywhere on Town Lake or Lake Austin, are going to be your multi-million-dollar luxury properties just because of location. We're going to jump from there. We're going to come back up here by 360 Highway and go to Bull Creek. Not quite as deep, not near as big, but still those limestone creek beds that flow through there. And this is definitely at a spring or fall when we have a little bit of rain so that the creeks are actually full. And here's another view of some of the rock formations down on the creek beds. Okay, so we started down here at Sculpture Falls. Then we went over here to the south side, Lake Austin Estates. Then we crossed over the lake to the north side at Emma Long. Then we were just at Bull Creek. Now we're gonna jump out here over, which is actually on the main part of Lake Travis, and that's called the Tom Hughes Park. And it's in the deep water section of the lake, so you're always going to have water there. But you may have to walk down a little bit further as we go through droughts like we have been the last couple of years. So Lake Travis is not a constant level water lake. Town Lake and Lake Austin are because of the dams, but this one is just affected by rainwater. This island, where this grass is not supposed to be there. It's called Sometimes Island. It should be underwater, but we haven't had much rain as of late. And so there's a lot of grass and trees actually growing on Sometimes Island. But it's a beautiful park, and you will always be able to get to the water if you go down to that part of Tom Hughes Park. Now we're going to take it from up here at Tom Hughes, that's on the main basin of Lake Travis, and we're going to pop down here to the very, very bottom of the Steiner Ranch area, and I'm going to show you the Lake Austin Spa. This is a wonderful wellness center, high-end luxury, as you can see here. Great massages, great, just think anything wellness. But one little tip, one little trick If you go there in the morning and pay for a massage at the beginning of the day, you can stay there and hang out the rest of the day and stay in the pool and stuff. So if you're going to get any kind of treatment done, do it first thing so you can have the rest of the day to hang out there at the resort. All right, so those were our kind of highlight park areas. There are many, many more pocket parks and many more places to enter the lakes, but those are kind of the high level ones that kind of give you an idea of what to expect in West Austin. Now we're gonna talk golf courses. All right, these red buttons here on the map are golf courses. Here is downtown Austin right here, so you can see how most of our golf is in West Austin. It's just the land is prettier there, so it was developed, you know, a little bit before the rest of the parts of town. It's not saying it was there first. Onion Creek might be there longer than Westlake Country Club. I'm not going to give you the history of when they were built, but just that it's more attractive. The land is usually more attractive in West Austin, so the golf courses follow. So, Austin Country Club. Been around since 1899. Not always in this location, but the club itself has been in existence since 1899. Now it's fronting Lake Austin, right under the Pennybacker Bridge. It used to host the Dell Match Play golf tournaments, and that's why you'll see these Dell signs here and things for that event. But absolutely gorgeous golf course. You'll never find a blade of grass out of place there. It's always, the greens are super fast, and a wonderful country club. And it is $100,000 initiation fee, and there's a long waiting list. It's kind of a mysterious timeline, if you will. Nobody knows how long it will take you to get in, and nobody knows if the list actually goes in chronological order. It's kind of more of a who you know, you get in a little bit quicker. So Austin Country Club is $100,000 and a long waiting list. We're gonna jump from Austin Country Club to Westlake Country Club. At the moment, there are some spaces in membership in Westlake Country Club. They just had a redo this last year. They redid the golf course, they redid some greens and the bunkers, and they've redone some of the clubhouse, and they're still redoing some more. So it's an impeccable club now. It used to be called Lost Creek Country Club. Now it's called Westlake Country Club. So here's their rebranding with the W here. This is the last green coming into the clubhouse there, and it does have some creek frontage that runs through it. It's a really pretty golf course, and that initiation fee is $85,000. So right next door to Westlake Country Club is Barton Creek Country Club. Barton Creek Country Club, biggest one in town. It encompasses 4 golf courses. So of the 4 golf courses, we have 3 in town and 1 out in Spicewood. The 3 right together in town are the Fazio Foothills, the Crenshaw Core, and the Fazio Canyons. The Canyons being the newest of the 3 in town. And it's world-class golf. It's big though. The membership is really big because they have so many golf clubs and because it has a hotel in the middle of it. So you'll have to put up with, people on vacation that aren't necessarily a member. So it kind of sometimes loses that small country club feel, but you do have multiple golf courses to choose from, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And the Omni hotel itself has another wellness center, spa, fitness, multiple dining rooms, multiple bars. It's just a really class act golf community. And look, all these private country clubs are class acts. This one is right now, it's $175,000 for full membership for all 4 golf courses. Their membership is full, but they do have an opportunity where you can pay less and be on the waiting list for the full membership, and you can play out at Spicewood and get, I think, 6 rounds per year in town in the main golf courses. So there are some options to work around at Barton Creek, but it has creek beds running all through it. It's on the greenbelt, so it's super, super pretty there. So we were here just at 360 at Austin Country Club. Then we were west of 360 out over in Barton Creek and Westlake. Now we're going to jump north of the river. North up here in the center of Steiner Ranch is the UT Golf Club. My favorite. I mean, hey, it was my alma mater. I played golf there. I'm biased. I can be biased. But it's a beautiful golf course, rolling hill country there as well. $85,000 initiation. Here is the back looking towards the Pro Shop and Clubhouse and the dining area on the left, and number 18 would be there to the right. This is a little bit better view down to the green there. All up the left side of 18 is this little tiny little creek, but you'd be surprised how many golf balls it catches. This is looking up towards the clubhouse, up towards 18 green, and 18 is a long par 4 with that little creek running all down the left side. And if you're lucky enough to hit it in 2, the job is not done, because that green is super tough to putt. It's got a lot of undulation in it, and just because you hit it in 2 doesn't guarantee a par. And then this is one of my favorite views out back. I think this is at the back of 15. It's a short par 4 there, but they've got the Longhorn out there, and then you can see the lake in the distance. It's a really pretty hole. And then Great Hills would be more north, but we'll cover it today because it is in the kind of the edge of the West Austin area. Great Hills is a pretty good value right now. At the moment, it's $50,000 initiation fee, but they are undergoing some they're going to redo their irrigation system and things. So keep that in mind. They have a little bit of a waiting list there too. This is 18 long par 5 going uphill. But you may want to get in before they close down, because I have a sneaky feeling that once they do their renovations, when they come back online, they're going to be more expensive than $50,000. So that's just an idea. And then this one right next to Steiner at UT Club, I skipped over it, but we're coming back to it now, is River Place Country Club. Best bargain in town. Only $10,000 initiation. Look how pretty it is. Now, it's a Pete Dye design. It's got a lot of blind tee shots, a lot of dog legs, but the homes there are absolutely gorgeous, because look up on the hill. You just get such big panoramic views out there. And look at this one here. See how the homes are just built there on the hillside? So River Place is a really pretty place to live. Look, all these West Austin homes, or all these West Austin communities, are similar with the rolling terrain. It's just what kind of home you're looking for and what kind of lifestyle and country club, if you want to be a member of a country club, you prefer. All right, so we did parks, we did golf. Now I'm going to show you some trails in and around all these communities. I mean, it's so cool to have all these trails in the middle of the community. You don't even have to get in your car to go to them. So here we are on All Trails, and you can see as we start to zoom in, the little dotted lines, those little dashed lines, are hiking trails. So of course, down here at the southern portion, we have tons of trails going all through the Barton Creek Greenbelt, where the Sculpture Falls is. We have the Wild Basin Nature Preserve. There's trails all around the Emmalong Park. We have trails in the middle of River Place and Steiner Ranch, and then all throughout Bull Creek. All of West Austin is just full of hiking trails. And if you hit on these little icons here on alltrails.com, it'll tell you the elevation and the mileage for each hike, so you can know what you're getting into before you get there, as well as it shows you pictures so you can know what to expect as well. But I highly recommend alltrails.com if you want to see what you're getting into before you actually get there and know how far and how difficult the trails are. But tons of room to get out there with your dog, with yourself, with your mountain bike. Good times. Lastly, one of the great things about West Austin is the schools. If you have a family, this could be important to you. So it's broken up into 4 different ISDs. The main part of it is in Austin ISD. Then we have the Eanes ISD right in the middle, but it's a small portion. And then Leander and the Lake Travis ISD feeds in there as well. Here, I'll show you on the map so you can get an idea. So this here is Mopac. This is the road we've been using as our eastern boundary all day today. This is about the area that we've been talking about right here. So you can see we have a few different colors in there. The yellow is the Austin ISD, green is Eanes, then we have this purple section up here, that would be your Steiner Ranch, River Place, 4 Points, all that feeds into Leander, which would be the Vandegrift High School. And then just a tiny little bit would feed into Lake Travis ISD. So to give you an idea of where the schools are, these are the high schools that I have marked. So Bowie is going to be the southern portion of West Austin, just a little bit. That's in Austin ISD. Then Westlake High School, that's Eanes ISD. Lake Travis High School, Lake Travis ISD, pretty simple there. Then Austin High here, a lot of Barton Creek in Southwest Austin feeds into Austin High. So that would be the Austin ISD. We have some that would feed into McCallum. Then we have Anderson up here. Vandegrift is the high school for your Steiner Ranch and River Place area. And I'm going to show you the difference. Let's look at these boundaries once again. So you can see this Eanes right here in the middle, the green. And I want you to remember that as we go through the grading for each school. So we'll start with the biggest here, Austin ISD, enormous school district. They get an 88 out of 100. But the enrollment is almost 72,000 students. Here's a diversity graph in the middle, and it's just under 14 students a teacher. That's not too bad, actually. Then that takes up, the largest majority. That's this yellow space here. So Austin ISD is enormous, both geographically and population. Next, we're going to talk about Leander ISD. That's the purple one. It's mostly north of town where Leander is, but it does dip down and it encompasses the Steiner Ranch River Place area of town. So that's going to feed into the Vandegrift High School and Leander ISD. They get 89 out of 100, just over 41,000 students. Here's the diversity graph here in the middle, and also 14 students per teacher. Next, we're going to jump to Lake Travis. That's basically Lake Way. It covers a lot of the western portion, but it does dip into what we're talking about today a bit. So here are the grades for Lake Travis ISD, 88 out of 100, almost 11,000 students. Here's your diversity graph here, and 16.3 students per teacher. Now remember when I told you to remember the Eanes ISD, this green part? Any home in there is going to be worth a little bit more than any home outside of there, all other things equal, because of this right here. Eanes ISD gets a whopping 97 out of 100. Darn near perfect. And a smaller ISD, so only just over 7,800 students. Here's their diversity graph, and it's just 13 students per teacher. So Eanes ISD is a huge draw for West Austin. Most anyone that has a family with children in school will just fight and claw to get into that Eanes ISD because, the grades speak for themselves, right? They have an enormous budget. They have band, sports, drama, science, math, the top of the top, all the top. And it's a big enough and has enough budget to have all the types of curriculum that anyone would desire. Sometimes when people are in West Austin and they can't get their kids into the Eanes system, they often opt for private schools. And there's a lot in West Austin, but that's another day for another video. So that's a wrap. Is West Austin right for you? Are you an outdoorsy type person and you want to get involved in all those hiking trails and golf communities and tennis clubs and fitness centers? Look, if you want to know more, we're always here to help you. Just comment below and let me know what we left out, what more you want to learn, or hey, if you want to go look at homes in person to see what kind of homes are there, we're always available to help you. Just give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email because we're always available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. Can't wait to see you.